I'm Dana, and a lot of you said you don't mind this setup, and quite frankly, it's just as fucking well. I try really hard not to swear in intros, but like, I cannot deal. First off, I use my light normally just to like balance things out, because I do film in the daytime. I'm just like round the corner from a window. I'm not even managing to film in the daytime anymore. That's not happening. Let's start at the very beginning. I've had a rough couple of fucking years, and I've not felt safe at any point during those years. Which means that even though I have felt burnout sneaking up on me and knowing that it's approaching, I've been in positions where it's like, I physically can't do an autistic burnout right now. You know, I've been in those situations where it's like, if I do an autism burnout right now, I'm not going to have anywhere to live. Like, I'm going to have to autistic burnout in a park somewhere, because I'm literally going to be homeless. Like, I very much could not do a burnout in those moments without my life getting significantly more difficult. So I just pushed through and dealt with it, which is what I've had to do for the vast majority of my adult life at this point. And I managed it. And I moved into this place in, you guys are gonna have to help me out, honestly, like October-ish time. Maybe someone remembers, I don't. October, November time. And it feels like my brain and to some point like my nervous system and all the inside parts and how everything works with each other, my entire like fucking state of being has realised, oh, this is the most stable thing we've had for a while. This is pretty fucking safe. And with winter having been in hospital, I've been essentially living on my own. So I've absolutely fucking perfected my little day-to-day routine, or I thought I had. And it's increasingly apparent to me that I'm getting burnt out and getting into the state of like being in burnout. Like, we're not coming to burnout. I am like in burnout at this point, because I just doing the parts of my routine, which is very, very minimal, I am struggling with. Like, we're talking my routine is I get up, I have my cuppa, I scoop the litter tray, I do the dishes from the night before. I tend to have either a walk or I go and do like a grocery shop so that I can have food for like that day and the next day and the maybe 2-3 days after that. I'm not very good at doing a prolonged shop because my food's changed and I don't want the thing that I've spent all my money on. So I have no choice but to do grocery shopping every couple of days. So I've worked into my routine that I have the chunk at around 2 p.m. where I either go out and do a grocery shop or I just go out and have a nice walk in the park. And then I film. I do like work stuff. It's not, but it is, but it's not, you know? And I've been sleeping like I've never fucking slept before. I'm going to bed between like 10 and midnight at the absolute latest, which has never been like, I've always been able to like stay up till like 2-3 a.m. and still wake up at like 9, and all of a sudden I'm going to bed at like 11 p.m. sleeping through all of my alarms that I've set for like 8:45 and shit, and waking up at like 11, half 10, 11. I don't like that at all. It makes me feel so out of sync and so disoriented and like my life is falling apart. I hate it, but I'm setting more and more alarms. I don't even hear them, you know? It's not even like I'm pressing snooze. I literally just sleep through them. My phone hasn't moved. I just don't hear them. And I've had that be an issue at various points in my life, but it hasn't been an issue in probably like 2 years or something. So I am starting to register that I think that might be a sign of coming into or being in burnout for me. And it's just leading me to feel so anxious through the day and like, because I'm waking up later, I'm doing the start of my routine later. So by the time I'm going out and leaving the house from either my grocery shop or my walk, by the time I come back, it's dark and it feels like it's nighttime. And that's when you start to try to relax and do self-care and look after yourself because you've had the work day. Sorry, Otis is using the litter box, one sec. But like, I haven't had my day. He didn't need to walk into my tripod then. And like, I was having to massively push through burnout in my last place while my housemate was gaslighting me and themselves and just being fucking horrible and terrible to live with. So as much as like, I was very ready to move into that place and deal with my burnout, and instead they were just giving me like new tasks on the daily and just being really fucking shitty. So I was constantly walking on eggshells, feeling incredibly uncomfortable. And it was that type of thing where even though I literally like, I was barely leaving my room, I was just like near enough exclusively eating takeout because I didn't even want to have to go into the kitchen, deal with the mess they'd left, make my own mess that they would then shit on me for not tidying up fast enough even though it was mixed in with their mess. Like, just every act of living in that house made, and being around that person, got to a point of just making me feel so anxious and so on edge that even talking about it now has made my heart rate increase, and it's made me really, really anxious. So I thought that was when I was going to be able to like be like, I've been coming into burnout for a good little while, and I'm going to like rest up and recover and deal with myself. And I couldn't. It was just more like, shit, we're going to have to push through and deal with this now. So I've been pushing it off and pushing it off and pushing it off. And I don't think I can anymore, because I'm in a safe enough place where, like, as much as I would love to continue pushing it back and be like, I don't want to deal with it, it's just happening to me because my brain and my body know that we're in like the safest and most stable situation we're going to get. So I'm trying real hard to stick with my routine because I know that that really helps me. But I'm also literally running out of hours in my day to stick with my routine because I'm sleeping for significantly fucking longer than I usually do. Waking up not even feeling rested. Finding it really hard to do like the most basic fucking tasks. And you're getting this video when you should have been getting my really fun fucking Halifax vlog, because I went to Halifax on Monday. I'm filming this on Friday. I've imported the footage and I can't fucking deal with editing it. Like, doing these videos, I just edit out pauses and the bits where I've said something wrong, you know, like they're very, very easy to edit. And editing that's going to be trying to make things look nice and making sure it's in the right order, and like, it's just a whole lot more mental energy. And I was excited to do it. Like, I'm excited to see the fucking finished video, and I really enjoyed being there and doing that. And I just, even though it was fun and great and I loved it, it ate up what little fucking energy I had reserved. And I am so fucking just exhausted. And it's the thing of like, it's not so much that I even feel sad. Like, that's where I was misdiagnosed with depression for years and years and years and years. Because it is like, I don't know. Like, I've always been like, I don't feel good. I don't feel happy. I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel okay. But I couldn't tell you what it is I am feeling. Yeah. Yeah, like, I wouldn't say I exactly feel sad. I wouldn't say that I necessarily feel depressed. I wouldn't say that it's necessarily anxiety. It's just this whole whirlwind of negative emotions. And I'm grasping and trying to have good times. And they just fucking exhaust me and make me feel like I really, really enjoyed going to Halifax. I had a really lovely day and saw lots of things that I really wanted to see. And it was like such an autism joy moment of like really indulging in my special interests. And I feel so disconnected from it already just days later, because I'm just so freaking tired. And I couldn't even tell you what I've really done on the days between now and then, you know? Like, if someone asked me, I would have to genuinely go on my phone and be like, oh, well, that's the thing as well, is I take lots of pictures about my day-to-day life, because I quite often have to go back and be like, what have I done for the last like 3 weeks? And like at least I can see like, oh, I played with Otis and I ate this meal and I went to this place. Because it becomes a massive blur of the thing I'm waiting for, doing the thing I'm waiting for the next thing. And it's become that way, even with the things that I'm actively happy about and enjoying, you know? Like, I'm going to Birmingham in like a little bit over a week, because for like the first time fucking ever, there's a Life on Mars and Ashes to Ashes event going on. Like, it's not a big event, it's like a little cinema screening thing with Dean Andrews that plays Ray in it. But like, it's my main special interest, and we never get any fucking merch at events, or like, it's never, you know, I've never even seen a bit of merch for it at a Comic-Con. I've never gotten to see what the actors are from it at a I did meet David Bradley, who was in one episode, but he didn't really remember being in my absolute all-time favourite show, so I don't feel like he counts. He was nice about it though. But you know, like, it's one of those where I'm absolutely fucking dreading it. And honestly, if I hadn't spent the money that I had on, I'm going to 2 different days of it, even though it's going to be the exact same thing. And I've also done that. I bought the first ticket like as soon as it was announced, pretty much. And I bought the second ticket like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, because I realised that I'm fucking dreading it. And I'm really, really scared that I'm not going to enjoy it or have any fun, even though it's something that like I've been looking forward to for ages, and now that it's actually close and here, I'm just fucking dreading it. And I barely want to go. And if I hadn't already spent the money on the tickets, I absolutely would not have spent the extra money to get the hotel room and the train. And I'm absolutely fucking shitting it now. And, you know, like, I'm sure there's probably going to be a bit at the end of my Halifax video. I'm like, this is giving me so much more confidence for Birmingham. And like, at the time, that was true and I thought it had. But now I just feel like not necessarily that I wasted energy on that Halifax trip, because I did really enjoy it, but like I maybe put all of my eggs into that basket when I knew I had another basket about to need to be filled, you know? And I'm so scared that I'm not going to have the energy for it, and I'm so scared that I'm not going to enjoy it. And a big part of ordering the second ticket was that I was like, I know I'm going to have to spend more on getting the hotel room, but I feel like this is a big thing for me, quite frankly. It's like I said, I don't get an awful lot involved with my main special interest, so it's really fucking cool. I really want to go. And I feel like it's going to be one of those things where I'm going to have to like absorb and see what happens on the first night, so that I'm actually able to enjoy the second night knowing what I can expect. And I will also say that one thing I really, really fucking love that they've done is they've released like times where it's like, from this time to this time it'll be the meet and greet, and from this time to this time will be this, and this time to this time will be that. Like, that does help. It's one of those things where it doesn't necessarily make me less anxious, but it's another thing to not have to be anxious about, you know? Like, it's not necessarily lowering my anxiety, but it's not giving me another thing to remember and be, oh fuck. So that's, I do really, really appreciate when events and places do that. But it just really fucking sucks. Yeah. Like, honestly, yeah. You know, it really just doesn't feel like I'm able to enjoy things properly without it costing me something, you know? And not even monetarily, like, I very much mean like emotionally and physically and shit there. Like, I'm trying to not think about Birmingham and that trip all that much, because it just starts me thinking, like, what if that happens, and what if this happens, and what if that goes on? And it's stuff where, like, people always like, oh, but it won't, you're just thinking hypotheticals, it won't even happen. And it's like, I'm thinking this stuff because it has all happened, and I wasn't prepared, and it was fucking horrible. At least I can be like some semblance of prepared, but I can't even prepare myself. I haven't got any fucking energy. I'm barely managing to keep up with like my actual day-to-day, like just cooking meals and doing my dishes and scooping my cat's litter tray is like difficult for me to keep up with in a day. I literally, like, I don't know where my time is fucking going for half of it. So much of it is sat staring at the things on my laptop that I feel like I should be doing or I want to do, and I just don't have the energy for it. I've had so many points in my life where I've been really annoyed that people misdiagnosed me with depression, thought that it was just a bit of depression for so many years and stuff. But then every time I hit burnout again, or get close to burnout again, because like I don't feel like I have legitimately been in burnout in the way that I am now in probably like a decade-ish, honestly. Like, I feel like I was like 17, 18 the last time it hit, and the last time that, like, that's the thing, that's why I mentioned that, like, I feel like I've been pushing it back for so many years, because like I had my one big burnout not long after I first moved out, where I had like probably 6 or 7 months of just not being able to do fucking anything, and it was an absolute nightmare. And since then, you know, I was abused into having a routine and keeping things clean and tidy, and I've continued doing that. And I do sometimes wonder how good it actually is for me, because it's the routine that was like put on to me by my abuser, but also it's a routine that I do like. I do, you know, I want my dishes to be clean, I want my cat's litter tray to be clean. Like, the things that I do are the things that do need to be done. It's just really, really rough to actually get anything done, and I don't feel good. And it's really, really difficult to expand on how I feel besides not good, no energy, go away, you know? But it's also the thing of like, I don't want to be fucking miserable, you know? Like, that's why I pushed to do Halifax and why I'm pushing myself to go to Birmingham. And I'm sure that once I've done that, I'll find something else. I mean, I know that I'm planning to meet up with one of yous, so I know that that's gonna then be the thing I think about after Birmingham. And it just, I want to live and do things and have a fun time, but living and doing things and having a fun time is fucking exhausting. And yeah, I feel like this might have been more of like a vent or a rant or something over like anything useful. But I don't really have anything else to provide you with right now, to be honest with you. Like, I'm gonna continue trying to be kind to myself through this, and now that I am having to be like, it is burnout, this isn't me pushing burnout back or staving it off, like, this is me dealing with the beginning stages of burnout. I feel like I can be kinder to myself and deal with it a bit better and cope with it and find more ways to manage it and manage myself in general. But I just, where I am right now, I literally could not make another video for you. I couldn't do any other sort of content. And I brought up like being kind to myself and looking after myself and shit, because I think that's what's going to enable me to be able to continue actually making content and not just giving up on this, because I don't want to give up on this, you know? Like, when I'm feeling like myself, I so massively enjoy this. And filming the stuff around Halifax was also really, really fun. Like, I don't want to just give up on this, but I can't do 6 months of every video being like, so I'm still in burnout, guys, and I feel bad, you know? So hopefully at some point I will have that. My goal is still that I'll have my Halifax video up for Tuesday. See if it happens or not. I'm being kind to myself and not setting myself too many deadlines and not being mean to myself if I don't hit them. But man, I don't feel good. I'm not having a fun time. I mean, I am. I mean, I had a fun time, and now it's very not fun recovering from that. But we live, we deal with it, we get through, we try our best. If you want more really inspiring and uplifting content like this, feel free to subscribe, like this video. It helps me in the algorithm, so I believe, even though I don't even believe in the algorithm. I don't know why I tell y'all that. It's just what people have told me in the comments. Do whatever the fuck you want. You can follow me over on Blue Sky, TikTok or Twitter if you wanted to. You can't. I don't have a Twitter account. I meant Instagram. I also have Patreon and Ko-fi accounts if you wanted to. Do what you want. Whoever you are, I hope you're having a lovely morning, evening, day, afternoon, week, month, year. The last like 4 videos, I swear to God, I'm saying that wrong at my own intro, but I'm trying my fucking best, alright? I'm trying my best. It's all anyone can ask of me, including myself. Whoever you are, wherever you are, I hope you have a lovely morning, evening, day, afternoon, week, month, year, and I will see you again in a couple of days.